There's a new poll out. Here's my advice about polls. Throw them all out the window right now. I mean, for crying out loud, we're in, first kind of the early part of May. What is today? The 12th. Here's a poll that shows, and this is an Emerson College poll, finds President Trump leading Biden in Ohio and Texas. He's up 3 percentage points in Ohio. He's up 6 points in Texas. I take just don't even worry about polls. Remember the poll that said, that Hillary had a 92% chance of winning. Remember? Can we knock it off with the constant political hyper partisanship? This is a time, incidentally, when a lot of people are reaching out and lifting people up. The acts of goodness and kindness have been profound, and I am grateful to every single listener who has been able to stand up and contribute to our Angel Tree campaign. Listen, it's a different world, different time from last year. Last year, it was a grand slam home run. You sent over 2,100 kids to summer camp. Our goal this month is 650 kids. What happens is, if you are able to make a $200 contribution, your contribution will deliver a big care package, a gift box, a box of these blessings that these kids will never forget. These are the children of prisoners, sons and daughters of American prisoners. And these children, in many cases, are in low-income neighborhoods. They're at risk. They're vulnerable. And this gift of $200 delivers $150 worth of groceries, a brand new piece of athletic equipment like a brand new football or soccer ball or volleyball or baseball, a Bible, some Bible study materials, an encouraging note. And I love how the child understands that the gift was delivered by his or her mom and dad. Now, again, we're way behind. We have 206 children sponsored so far out of 650. My prayer is that we're going to hit our goal. I don't know if we can, but every time I've doubted you, you surprise me. And it's God that does it. God kind of takes me and shakes me. And I have resisted in the past, and every time I do, you deliver. If you are able to help, please go to MikeOnline.com. You're going to give a child, an at-risk child, a box of inspiration, of hope, of love, of good nutrition. You're going to change this child's life, like you've been doing for the last several years that we've partnered with the Prison Fellowship Ministry. This is a ministry that is literally doing God's work. I hope you'll do a little bit of God's work. Please go to MikeOnline.com, click on the Angel Tree banner, or if you'd like, we've made it real easy. If you just text the keyword kids to 1-800-655-MIKE, we'll send you back the link that with just a couple of steps, you can make a secure online contribution, anything you can afford. And listen, I know I'm being presumptuous to ask if you'll give 200. I want to get as many children sponsored as we can. I promise you, it's a blessing to be able to share hope and let these kids know that they're not forgotten right now. You're going to make a difference in their lives. They are loved. All the problems that these families face are being magnified right now with this pandemic. A lot of these families without work, it makes these families are so grateful when we can offer hope and support. Please do what you can. Please go to MikeOnline.com and click on the banner, the Angel Tree banner, or just text the keyword kids to 1-800-655-6453. That's the keyword kids. If you text that to 800-655-6453, we'll send you back the link. And I'm really hoping you'll be able to step up. Boy, what a blessing from God that would be to be able to help these children. And yes, we do notify the families. Just got a text message to the inmates know. And yes, they're in the process as well. And we are grateful for your generous donation. Thank you.
Breaking now on the Mike Gallagher Show.
All right, here we go. It's the big Senate hearing, and Dr. Fauci gave his highly anticipated opening statement. You know, the testimony from the Chuck Schumer wanted to let her rip. Well, let's listen to whether or not he let it rip or not. As we take you to Washington, D.C., let's listen to Dr. Fauci's opening statement from just a few moments ago.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Ranking Member Murray, and members of the committee. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to discuss with you today the role of the National Institutes of Health in research addressing COVID-19. The strategic plan that we have is fourfold. One, to improve our fundamental knowledge of the virus and the disease it causes. Next, to develop new point-of-care diagnostics. Next, to characterize and test therapeutics. And finally, to develop safe and effective vaccines. First, with regard to diagnostics. As you probably heard from Dr. Francis Collins last Thursday, the NIH has developed a rapid acceleration of diagnostics program called RADx, with an award to that specific program up to $500 million to support the development of COVID-19 diagnostics. It is a national call for innovative technologies that will be evaluated in a Shark Tank-like selection process to get to either success or failure rapidly. Moving on to therapeutics, I'll talk a bit about the remdesivir success antiviral in a moment, but let me emphasize that there are a number of broad-spectrum antivirals that are in various stages of testing. In addition, we will be looking at convalescent plasma, which is plasma from individuals who've recovered from COVID-19, to be used in passive transfer, either in prevention or treatment. In addition, hyperimmune globulin, which can be used as a gamma globulin shot. We'll be looking at repurposed drugs, as well as immune-based therapies and host modifiers, and finally, monoclonal antibodies.
All right, so that's a little bit of Dr. Fauci's opening statement. 800-655-MIKE. So far, not a whole lot of letting her rip. Not a lot of the death and despair and gloom and doom. The coronavirus testimony includes the Admiral Garrard, saying that the nation has performed more than 9 million tests. We're going to surpass 10 million tests by this week. So 10 million tests administered, of course, to Patty Murray and to the Democrats and to the Trump haters. And they're not just Democrats. This is all Trump's fault, and it's an unmitigated disaster. 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. Jeff, you're on the Mike Gallagher Show. Hi, Jeff. How are you?
Hey, Mike. Good. How are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Hey, I thought it was kind of funny renaming the Chinese virus the European virus. With that philosophy, since New York is basically the epicenter for the East Coast, at least in the United States, shouldn't all these states call it the New York virus?
Yeah, I mean, that would send the media screaming at the top of their lungs. You know, I mean, my gosh, it's a good point. I mean, and listen, I just get tired of. I mean, if you haven't heard Cuomo's latest now, and it's like he just snuck it in. That was the most amazing part. Yeah, well, sure, this European virus has really attacked it. Who's called it a European virus? I mean, we played you the montage of all the media clips over and over and over again when this thing started. Every one of them called it the Chinese or Wuhan virus. Every one of them. CNN, they were all doing MSNBC. But then it's like they thought about it. Give it some thought. We can't really, come on, we can't do that. That's racist. Let's continue to listen to Dr. Fauci talk a little bit about remdesivir. That's the drug that he seems to be truly focused on. Not a whole lot of buzz about hydroxychloroquine because that somehow got politicized. Somehow remdesivir did not. But here's Dr. Fauci, some more of his opening statement moments ago.
Let me take a moment to describe the remdesivir placebo-controlled randomized trial, which was done internationally with a power of more than 1,000 individuals in sites throughout the world. It was in hospitalized patients with lung disease. The endpoint was primarily time to recovery. The result was statistically significant, but really modest. And we must remember, it was only a modest result, showing that the drug made a 31% faster time to recovery. We hope to build on this modest success with combinations of drugs.
Okay, 800-655-Mike. Here's Ed. Ed, you're on the Mike Gallagher Show. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, Ed.
I just like to express an opinion to the fact that I think we should start worrying about the House of Representatives content as much as the presidential election, because if we don't, and the Democrats win the House again, we're going to have the same old thing the following 4 years. So
Right.
I think the House of Representatives election should have equal time, is what I guess I'm trying to say.
Let me ask you an objective question. Do you feel like that Americans are viewing all that's happening right now and looking at the two political parties and could say that the Democrats have had an effective, cohesive, appropriate response to the pandemic? Can anybody say that, Ed?
No, they have not had equal. They have all they want. They want to do just what you're saying. They want the thing to last, so they can condemn the country and then and blame it all on Trump. As soon as the country opens, the first person that passes away from any kind of illness Trump's going to get blamed for it.
Sure. Well, Trump is being blamed for all the deaths already. And I'll play it for you. If you want to hear Patty Murray's opening statement, that's how this whole thing kicked off. You can't believe the viciousness, the vitriol that came out of that woman's mouth. You can't believe it. Honest to goodness, I could break it down for you. People have died, 80,000. It's all Trump's fault. Not kidding you. You don't believe me, I'll play it for you. I just got some news about our prison fellowship campaign that I got to share with you. You know, I keep praying that somebody who's blessed might be able to really come along with a big donation. Wow. I knew it was going to be a good day. Stick around. I'll give you some hope and optimism and a challenge to you as part of Team Gallagher. Welcome in. We're in the ReliefFactor.com studios. 800-655-Mike.